What if the biggest reason people betray you, it isn't because they're evil? It's because you told them too much? Think about that for a second. Not the people who lied to you, not the people who tricked you. I'm talking about the information you handed over, willingly, with a smile on your face. Because it felt good to be heard. That's the part nobody warns you about. Because somewhere along the way, you learned that sharing equals connection. Talking equals trust. The more someone knows about you, the closer you must be. But that's not always true, and by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why even the calmest, most successful, most respected people in the world guard certain parts of their lives like a locked door. Not because they're hiding something shameful, but because they understand something most people never learn until it's too late. So before you trust the wrong person again, watch until the end. Here's the truth about human beings. We are wired for connection. From the moment we're born, we survive because someone listens to us, responds to us, holds us. So naturally, as adults, we keep doing the same thing. We share our dreams, our struggles, our wins, our fears. Because deep down, we're still that same person looking for someone to say, I see you, I understand. And there's nothing wrong with that. Connection is one of the most beautiful parts of being human. But here's where most people make a mistake. They assume that everyone who listens deserves to know. They assume attention means good intention. It doesn't. Some people listen because they genuinely care about you. They want to understand your world so they can support you in it. Others listen for a completely different reason. They're not collecting your story. They're collecting ammunition. Quietly. Patiently. Waiting for the day they can use it. To control you. To compete with you. Or simply to feel better about themselves by watching you struggle. This isn't about becoming cold or distant. It's about becoming aware. Because the people who protect their peace the best aren't the ones who trust no one. They're the ones who know exactly who has earned the right to know what. So let's talk about the 7 things you should think twice about before you let just anyone in. Secret 1, your biggest dreams before they happen. An idea that hasn't grown yet is the most fragile thing you'll ever own. Here's the psychology behind it. A dream, when it's brand new, lives entirely on your belief. It has no proof yet, no results, no evidence that it's real. Which means it can be talked out of existence by a single careless comment. You've probably experienced this without realizing it. You get excited about something, like a business idea, a move to a new city, a complete change in direction for your life. You tell a friend hoping for encouragement. Instead, they hit you with, "Are you sure that's smart?" Or, "That sounds risky." And suddenly, the fire that was burning in your chest feels a little smaller. It's not even that they meant harm. Sometimes the most damage comes from people who love you but live in fear themselves. Their doubt isn't about you, it's about them. But your dream doesn't know that. It just absorbs the doubt like a sponge. When people ignore this and announce every plan before it's built, they spend more energy defending the dream than building it. They end up explaining themselves to people who were never going to help them anyway. Remember this. Protect the dream until it can stand on its own. Let the results speak when words couldn't. Secret 2. Your financial situation. Money changes how people see you, that before they even realize it's happening. Now this next one surprises almost everyone. Even people who would never admit it out loud are quietly affected by what they know about your finances. If they think you have more than them, something shifts. A small comparison creeps in. If they think you have less, something else shifts. Pity, distance, sometimes even quiet judgment. Picture this. You finally get a raise, or your business has its first great month. You tell your group of friends, excited to share the moment. Instead of celebration, you get strange jokes, subtle comments. Someone starts treating you a little differently and you can't quite explain why. Or the opposite happens. You're going through a tight financial season and you mention it. Suddenly, you're not invited to certain things anymore because people assume you can't afford it without ever asking you. When people overshare their financial details, they accidentally hand others a measuring stick to compare themselves against. And once people start measuring, the relationship is never quite the same. Your bank account is not group information, it's personal information. Secret 3. Your weaknesses with the wrong people. Everyone has a soft spot. The danger is in who finds it first. This is where psychology becomes fascinating. We all have something that makes us flinch. A fear, an insecurity, A button that, when pushed, changes our whole mood. And most of the time, we don't even talk about these openly. We reveal them through small moments. What makes us go quiet? What makes us defensive? What makes our voice shake just slightly? A person who genuinely respects you will notice that soft spot and handle it gently. A person who doesn't will remember it. And later in an argument, in a moment of jealousy, in a moment where they want to win instead of understand, they'll press it right where it hurts the most. Think about the last time someone said something in an argument that felt unusually accurate, almost too accurate, like they'd been saving it. That wasn't an accident. That was information you gave them once, stored away for the perfect moment to be used against you. This isn't a reason to wear armor with everyone. It's a reason to be selective about who gets to see you at your most exposed. Vulnerability is a gift. Make sure you're giving it to someone who deserves it. Secret 4, your family problems. Outsiders only ever get half the story, and half the story always sounds worse. Here's something most people don't think about. Family relationships are layered with years of history, inside jokes, unspoken understanding, and complicated love that doesn't translate into a single conversation. When you vent about your family to someone outside of it, they don't receive the full picture. They receive a snapshot. And snapshots distort everything. Say you have a rough week with a parent or a sibling, and you vent to a coworker. That coworker doesn't know the 20 years of context behind that relationship. All they know now is a flattened, negative version of your family. And the next time they see your family member, they're already looking at them differently. Maybe judging them. Maybe repeating the story to someone else, twisted just a little more each time. Meanwhile, you and your family member work through it, the way families do. But the outside opinion you created doesn't disappear just because you've healed. Family conflict is meant to stay inside the family or go to someone truly neutral, like a therapist, not someone collecting stories for entertainment. Handle your family storms privately. Let outsiders only see the calm. After. Secret 5, your next move. The moment you announce your plan, what is the moment someone else starts planning around it? This is one of the oldest lessons in human behavior, and almost no one practices it. When you tell people exactly what you're about to do, a career change, a move, a confrontation you're planning to have, you give them time to prepare a reaction. Sometimes that reaction is support, but sometimes it's interference. Maybe you tell a coworker you're planning to ask for a promotion. Now they have time to quietly position themselves first, or plant a seed of doubt with the boss before you even get the chance. Maybe you tell a friend you're about to cut off a toxic relationship, and somehow that person finds out before you even say a word to them. Silence isn't dishonesty. Silence is strategy. Surprise is one of the most underestimated forms of power a person can hold. The element of surprise means no one can stop what they don't see coming. Let your actions introduce your next move, not your announcements. Secret 6, every good thing happening in your life. Not everyone clapping for you that's actually happy for you. This one stings a little, but it's necessary. There's a quiet psychological reaction that happens in people when they witness someone else's success, especially someone close to them. It's called social comparison, and it's almost automatic. Even kind people can feel a small twinge of something uncomfortable when life is going incredibly well for you. Most of the time, that twinge fades and genuine happiness for you takes over. But for some people, that twinge doesn't fade. It festers, and it shows up later in subtle sabotage. A backhanded comment, a sudden distance, a strange need to compete with you over something that was never a competition. You post about your new job, your new relationship, your new home, and you wait for the excitement. Instead, you get silence from people you expected to celebrate the loudest. Or worse, you get a comment dressed up as a joke that somehow still manages to deflate you completely. This doesn't mean hide your joy from the world forever. It means understand that not every audience deserves a front row seat to your wins, especially while you're still adjusting to them yourself. Let your peace grow quietly before you let the world watch it bloom. Secret 7, your deepest emotional pain. The wound you show the world becomes the target some people aim for. And now we get to the one that matters most. Your deepest pain, whatever shaped you, broke you, rebuilt you, is sacred. It is the most intimate part of who you are. And the moment it's spoken into the wrong space with the wrong person, it stops being healing and starts being exposure. A person who has earned access to your pain will hold it gently, ask the right questions, and never bring it up unless it's to support you. A person who hasn't earned that access might use it differently. They might bring it up during an argument just to watch you flinch. They might tell others, turning your healing journey into gossip. They might even use your pain to manipulate you, knowing exactly which words will make you feel small again. You've felt this before, even if you didn't have words for it. That moment when someone brings up your past trauma not to comfort you, but to win an argument. That sting isn't just emotional. It's a violation of trust. Your story belongs to you. You get to choose the timing, the audience, and the purpose behind sharing it. Healing happens best in safe rooms. Choose yours carefully. So here's what all 7 of these really come down to. This was never about becoming guarded, suspicious, or cold toward the world. It was never about trusting no one. It's about understanding that privacy isn't fear. Privacy is protection. It's the quiet decision to guard your peace, your goals, and your future from people who haven't proven they deserve a seat inside them. The strongest, calmest, most grounded people you know aren't quiet because they have nothing to say. They're quiet because they've learned that some things grow best in the dark, away from opinions, away from comparison, away from people who were never going to clap for them anyway. So as you move forward from this video, start paying attention. Notice who earns your trust slowly through actions, not through charm or curiosity. Notice who celebrates you without a flicker of envy. Notice who holds your pain gently instead of storing it away. Because the world doesn't need a play-by-play of your life to respect you. Your results will do the talking, your words don't have to. The less the world knows about your next move, the more powerful your next move becomes. If this video made you think differently, comment, "My peace is priceless." And if someone you care about needs this reminder, share this video with them.